Worthy ones, I want to talk to you about conflict resolution, and I want to focus on not complaining about the complaints. And there's a lot of you guys out there, you may be graduating from high school, you're finna graduate from college, and you're gonna have situations where you're gonna have to deal with conflict resolution. And see, a lot of times what happens is, as individuals, we let our emotions get the best of us in conflict, and we wind up saying something or doing something that we eventually regret. What's up, is Gene, this word to be great. I remember years ago when I was in charge of this exercise clinic, and I had about 100 cancer patients, and many of them were seniors. Now, I love working with seniors, but anybody that's ever worked in the healthcare and the wellness industry know that seniors can sometimes be a very tough crowd. So because it was just me in the clinic and I only had a limited amount of equipment, I had my clients or my patients at the time coming at different times so they could work out. I can have up to about 12 people in there at once. And the complaint I kept getting from those individuals is that you're not spending enough one-on-one time with me. You're not doing this with me. You're not reading this to me. You're not. And it was so overwhelming because I was doing the best I could. Now, I could have done what a lot of us do in those type of situations is I could have complained about the complaints. But I've learned this, that in math, two negatives equal a positive. And if you just complain about the complaints, you would never have a positive result. Instead, you must focus on a solution. So that's what I decided to do. I kept hearing the complaints. I kept focusing on a solution. And then I got this great idea, which caused me to do a lot of extra work. And I decided to build an aerobic class that was for cancer survivors. And I spent about a month doing research about different medications, different modalities and what things I could do with these patients to make sure that I didn't create the class where it was too hard for them or it could cause somebody to pass out. So it was a lot of things that went into play. And once I did that research, I went and presented that idea to the people I work for, and they loved it. But then I did a survey and I asked my cancer patients at the time, were they interested in doing a group exercise class? And many of them was very excited about it. And to be honest with you, I didn't know how well the class would go. So I took it another step. I decided to ask them what type of music they would like to listen to, because I was a lot younger than them. I would rather use hip hop or something like that. And instead we use some oldie songs. We use some songs from the 60s. And when the class started, it was only about 10 people. And let me tell you all, that class grew to the point that I would have almost 50 cancer patients in there exercising at a time. Black people, white people, it didn't matter, men, women, all types of cancer, and they enjoyed it. And it got so popular that it grew. And the only reason that happened is because I focused on conflict resolution. I did not complain about the complaints. Instead, I focused on a solution. So I want to encourage you guys out there, when you get out of high school, when you graduate from college, when you get in that corporate world or that nonprofit organization, you're going to have conflict. You're going to have people that's going to complain about something that you're doing. If you're in a leadership role, it doesn't matter. Instead of wasting your time complaining about the complaints, I want to encourage you to focus on a solution. So whatever conflict that you have that comes up in your life, focus on having conflict resolution, doing everything you can to come up with a solution, because you are worthy to be great. If you like this video, I want to ask you to like and share this video. Also, if you're somebody that's trying to build your self-discipline, especially when the summertime is coming, I want to encourage you to get a copy of my book, Word to Be Great, How to Build Self-Discipline to Achieve Your Greatness. Because this book is a self-discipline guide that will help you to develop that self-discipline so you can achieve the goals that are burning in your heart.